And I'm Andrew, and we are Mandrew Makes. And today on Mandrew Makes,
we're going to be making
a keyboard wrist rest. So today we're going to be making 3 of these keyboard wrist rests because I have 2 brothers and I want one for myself. This right here is my brother Tyler. We're going to be making his first. So Tyler's is going to be really easy because it's just going to be a straight up block. Mine is also going to be short and thin. Now Austin's is going to be the toughest because he has something called a split keyboard, which is a keyboard that kind of looks like this. And so you have half your keyboard on this side and half your keyboard on this side, and there's like a cable that connects them. Cool, let's get some dimensions going and we'll get to work. That's okay, I was just wondering how, like if you're measuring from like the edge of your desk to the keyboard, do you know how long it is? Austin, say hi to our first YouTube video. Alright, I'll talk to you later, bud. Okay, so we got our dimensions of our boards here. Tyler was really precise with his. He got 12 inches by 3 inches by 0.35 inches. That is very, very close to 0.25, right? Which is a fourth. I think we might go a little bit over and go to, what's 1 over 1/4? 3/8. We might go to 3/8. I don't know what that is in a desk. For my board, it's going to be as simple as I can get it. It's going to be 11.5 inches long. It's going to be whatever the board height is. I got these beautiful pieces of rosewood from our local hardwood dealer, and I just love the look of it. So we're just going to keep the board height. We're going to keep the board width. Just so you know, all of the profiles, if you're looking at it from like the side view, it's going to look something like this. Have it rounded and have it look pretty. Okay, on Austin's, again, the most complicated one. We're just gonna have these trapezoids, and he gave me these measurements. It's 83.5 millimeters, to the top of that trapezoid. It's just gonna be a right trapezoid, so this right here is going to be a right angle. So if you can imagine, trapezoid. Ba-bam, ba-bam. Let's do it.
Okay guys, we're gonna play a little game. Andrew's got his wireless headphones in that my mom got him for Christmas. Thanks, Mom. So he's listening to music. We're gonna play a little game called Guess the Sibling Birth Order based on the keyboard wrist rest. So Andrew has 2 brothers, Austin and Tyler, and so he's making 3 wrist rests, 1 for each of them. So I want you guys to guess the birth order based on what kind of wrist rest he's making.
Right now, if you look, there's a whole lot of shadow underneath there. What that means, this side right here, that's not straight. That is not a straight side. So I need to cut it to be straight. Now, normally you would do that with a jointer. I don't have a jointer. So all that I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 2 sides parallel. See how there's a huge gap right there on the fence? Oh, sorry. So that huge gap is going to be a problem because as I'm pushing this thing through, look, there's no gap. Oh, there's the gap. Not good. It might cause pinching. It might even cause some kickback and hurt me, which if you see right there, I already had kickback once. It left a bruise for about a week. That was not cool. I can just run this level right here. And so whenever I run my board through, it already has 2 points that are touching the level, and the level is flush with my fence. So I don't have to worry about it going in and out. I can just push it all through as one coherent piece. Let's get some protection on and do this thing. That sounds like sex. Okay, so I got that side ran down with that thing. It was a little janky, but as you can see, woo!
No gaps.
No gaps. Okay, so we got that side perfectly straight. Let's flip her over and get the other side parallel to it. Let's do it. So I cut the sides down, and now we're just going to chop it. This is called a cross cut. I go really slowly so that I get a really pretty nice cut. That is so pretty. It feels nice. All the way. Let's try it. Neato. All right, you ready?
Ready.
That's a really nice way to get your shop covered in rosewood. Good thing it smells really nice.
I was just about to say, it smells delightful.
It smells so good. Okay, so what I have that right there. So that's our matching piece. Doesn't that match so well together?
Beautiful.
Okay, so now I'm going to do this right here. Mark it again. And the reason that I'm having to do this on the back side is because my miter saw doesn't go 55 to the other side. So let's just put that down. Make sure they're all lined up at the back end. Clamp them down hard, and ta-da. Now let's cut this guy. And there you have it. Okay, now you kind of see my vision of what I'm going for, because they're basically done. They just need a little bit of shaping. Cool beans. Let's go ahead and do the other ones.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we got Austin's most of the way done. We just have shaping left on his, but I want to really do all of the shaping together so I can get a cohesive look. That's just for me. But now I'm going to go ahead and shape mine and Tyler's down to size. So let's go montage time. See that burn? I stopped for like 0.5 seconds. That's not supposed to happen. Jeez, that's from inside the planer. Holy moly! Yeah, that's not good. That's why I was spewing out all on the ground there. Oh. Yo, dude. I'm making your wrist rest.
Sweet.
Okay, you said 0.35 inches.
Uh-huh.
That is right around 3/8 of an inch.
Okay.
Now I went to half an inch, which is bigger, and it's still, and it is ridiculously thin.
The keyboard is 17 millimeters at its front.
Well, if this is
the dimensions for the official one.
if this is the size that you want, this is the size you're going to get, man.
I'm just telling you the dimensions of the official one. That's all I've done.
Okay, well I'm going to give you this, which is a little bit thicker, but that's going to be basically it. And yeah, so hopefully you'll get it in the mail.
I have a really tiny keyboard.
There's an innuendo in there somewhere.
It's all about how you use it, man.
All right, brother, I love you.
All right, love you too.
All right, talk to you later. Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Okay, so I got all 3 of my wrist rests done. They are all ready to be like kind of done up. So this is Tyler's. Tyler wanted it to be 0.35 inches, which is right around 3/8 of an inch. This is 1/2 inch. Guys, that is thin. That is very, very thin, but his keyboard is very thin. So all that I'm gonna do on his is I'm going to round over these front corners, and then I'm going to break all of the edges. That just means sandpaper them down just a little bit, so it's not as, it feels like it's gonna cut you. Okay, this one is mine. I am going to send this through the table saw and cut off about there. So it's going to be at an angle, and I'm gonna have that at an angle, and then I'm going to sand that guy down. Now, Austin's is going to be the most difficult. Yeah. But I think I'm just going to completely get rid of that edge. I'm going to put a 90-degree into there, so it's going to look more like that. Oh yeah, he doesn't like doing that either. So after I do that, I think I'm also going to run it through the table saw. But to get it at that angle that I want, where all of this is beveled, I'm going to have to create some kind of jig that will allow me to set it through and run it like that. And I've seen a lot of jigs like that, so I'll just do a montage of me making that jig too. It won't be too long. He doesn't like it. So it's going to be attached to like this, and it's going to run across the table saw at an angle. The table saw is at an angle, and it's going to whoosh and cut off about this much from here to here. And I want it to be almost a straight line from this point to this point. So the question is, how do we do that, Andrew? But this still might not work.
Yes.
Can you tighten that for me? All right, so this is not supported well enough as is. It's not. The solution might therein be a toggle clamp. Look how cool this thing is. That is like the exact profile that I wanted. Nice. So cool. Okay, now I'm gonna do mine on the sled. And I'm just deciding to do it on a sled because it was so easy that last time. And so I just gotta figure out the right height, figure out the right depth, and send it. You wanna come watch? All right, so let's see this thing in action. Here we go. Got the profile of this guy. Check that out.
Hold on.
Touch it.
It's a little dark. Oh, there we go.
I'm pretty happy with that.
You should be. It's gorgeous. Wow.
One of the last steps is our sanding process. So I hate sanding. We always protect ourselves. Always have a cool drink nearby. That's my dog. That's Cassian. Quite enjoyable. All right, enough chitter chatter. Let's time lapse this thing and just sand forever. Okay, so we are going to try and finish these guys now. We just finished sanding them, and they are so ready. I'm just going to use 100% tung oil, and here's my grand plan. I'm going to put some vinyl gloves on, really douse it up with some tung oil, and then just set it to the side. And what you do is after, I don't know, say an hour, maybe 2 hours. You come back and you wipe off all the excess. So I'm gonna really, really get that tung oil in there.
Hey guys, we're done!
Finished,
Woo!
yes! Okay, so off camera, I wiped off that tung oil and I put a layer of shellac on it. That offers a little bit of protection and a really pretty sheen. But that's just about it for a one-day build, 1.5 days.
Thank you so much for checking out our YouTube channel. You can find us here at Mandrew Makes Stuff, on Instagram at Mandrew_makes, or on Facebook at Mandrew Makes. So stay tuned for more videos.
Thanks guys, see you later. Let me take you back to high school geometry. I'm a geometry teacher. Ba-bang. So we're using trigonometry here to figure out what our angle is. You remember trigonometry?
Oh, Cassian!
Do you want a treat? You want a treat, Bubba? Well, come get a treat. Come get a treat. Come on.
Hi. Love you.
Good boy, Cassie and Bear.
And
And we're Mandrew Makes. And today on Mandrew Makes,
we're making
over 63, right? Opposite over adjacent. Okay? So to find an angle in our calculator, we say inverse tangent 89 over 63. We might cut this out because this is super boring. Let's use our trig function.